Susanna English has found Abigail in the woods.
Abigail.
We are on the edge of madness, Susanna English. We are a lost people without a home.
You have a home, Abigail, and parents who wish you there.
Don't you ever think that we sit on the edge of a vast wilderness without knowing what's out there?
I try not to ponder that, Abigail.
My father says we are a special people who have a covenant with God. I say God has forgiven us if he ever knew we exist.
Aren't you cold?
It is nothing to the coldness in some people's hearts.
Abigail, we don't see much anymore. But I always felt sympathy with you, even back in dame school.
You were one of the kinder ones. But I hated dame school. I longed to read poetry. They made us read the Bible. Don't you ever wonder why the evergreen stays all green all winter while all the other trees die? Why the mockingbird mocks those different from him? Where the geese go in the winter?
The geese go south. My mother's family lives in Virginia. I've been there. My father's ships go there regularly to trade.
I'd like to see Virginia. Wouldn't you love to go to London?
Someday my brother William will take me with him on a real sea voyage, and I'll meet a fine ship's captain. William will introduce me to him, and we'll marry, and my husband will take me with him on his travels. We'll winter in the West Indies, and I'll travel to London and come home wearing the latest fashions.
And they'll persecute you here in Salem for wearing such clothing. I hate this whole place. I hate the rules they make us live under. I care not for fine clothing, but they won't let us read books. All our elders are hypocrites.
Surely not your good people or mine, Abigail.
Most grown-ups are. Living as I do, I see and cannot see outside people's houses at night. I hear their sobbing, their cries, their voices raised in arguments. One summer's evening, I came along two people in the wood. They were naked and frolicking. He was married to someone else, and so was she. Next day, I saw them in meeting with their rightful spouses. I don't go to meeting anymore. Have they sent you to fetch me home, Susanna?
Your mother and father had much concern for you.
They know I can care for myself.
The magistrates have threatened your mother and father, saying they will put you with another family if yours cannot keep you properly.
I could live on my own. This rule Puritans have about making unmarried people live under the guidance of a family is senseless.
Such talk will bring you trouble, Abigail. You've heard the stories about Anne Hutchinson.
Yes, and my only regret is that she lived before my time. I do harm to no one. Why do the magistrates plague me?
They want you to be a true daughter to your parents.
I've helped my father slaughter hogs. I've sheared sheep, washed and bleached and dyed wool, hoed the garden, helped with the candle and soap making. What I do with my own time is my affair.
They say you're acting like an Indian squaw.
It isn't my wanderings ways that upset my magistrates. It's that I read and write down my own thoughts. Now I know I am to go home and be a docile daughter. And what of my needs, my wants?
What is it that you want, Abigail?
To be free, to be away from Salem, or if I must stay here, to find someone who can show me how to give voice to my thoughts and needs, no matter how different I am. Why must we all be cut from the same cloth?
It's the way of things.
Well, it's the wrong way, and the magistrates and ministers may fool themselves into believing that everyone is falling in with their way of thinking, but I could tell them what I see late at night when no one knows I am looking. Most people I observe are as discontented as I. There's a place I could tell them about. The sounds that come from inside that house could be from hell.
What have you heard, Abigail?
Our good reverend beats his woman slave. His daughter screeches like a wild cat at night, and a convey of girls has been going in and out of there every day, all gaggling like geese. something is amiss in that house.
Perhaps the girl's going to study scripture. It is, after all, a parsonage.
The girls come only when the Reverend and his wife are out. I've watched the beavers, chipmunks, squirrels, raccoons, and fox long enough to know when creatures are in disharmony with nature.
We're not the ones to pass judgment, Abigail.
I know what I have seen.
Wait, spying again, are you guys?
You've We are not spying, we're measuring the boundaries of this property.
Whatever. You know, Abigail, the town fathers are getting sick and tired of your unruly behavior.
Oh, enough about me, and do the Reverend and his wife even know you girls come out here when they're out?
That is none of your concern. But to answer your question, we come for spiritual advice.
More like black magic. Look, all I'm saying is don't get mixed up in my affairs, or the Reverend will be here about the things happening in this house.
Was that a threat? I'm not afraid of you, Abigail. However, Susanna, you do concern me. Please don't come again.
I need not your permission to visit. Even as you say I'm not welcome, it's not that I would be concerned about. What happens in that house is greatly affecting little Betty Paris.
No need to worry there. She just had malignant fever. She's fine.
If you say so, come on, Susanna. Let's leave these witches to themselves and be on our merry way.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, no harm. Are you afraid, Anne?
Not in the slightest, but accusations of witchcraft are not to be taken lightly. You know what? Just leave us alone, and we'll leave you be, Abigail. We all take pleasure in different things.
What do you mean by that? What pleasures you're talking about?
That is beside the point. Our meetings are too simple for girls like you. Your presence would discomfort us all.
Keep your precious gathering. Come along, Susanna.